Hi, this is Jay Raley. I'm here with Janet Childs and Ronny Grigsby, and we're here to talk about HIV/AIDS, and we're here at the Center for Living with Dying in Santa Clara County. Give us a little history about the Bill Wilson Center and the Living with Dying.
Well, for the past about almost 35 years now, the Center for Living with Dying program has been in existence, and we've been providing support to people facing serious illness, death, grief, loss, and trauma. And we've worked with over 1,500,000 people since we started. And we have a special program that deals specifically with HIV and AIDS called our Circle of Care AIDS program. And we provide rejuvenation retreats, which 4 times a year for people living with HIV or people who are affected or working with people that live with HIV can come and have a retreat that is just healing and renewing and a chance to kind of rejuvenate in their daily lives after, struggling with all of the issues around living with HIV. And we've come from a society that still, there is a great deal of stigma about HIV and AIDS. And when you're dealing with that, and that's why we're so excited about World AIDS Day, is it actually gives on a worldwide basis acknowledgement for this disease. And it really is a pandemic. And around the world on December 1st, we all honor this day, and we honor ways that we can take care of ourselves and support each other and also bring education. And that's what Ronny is really good about, because as a person living with HIV, he is a great educator, and he goes to the community and educates at schools, in corporations, with community groups. And the education is the key, because when we can educate about the dynamics of what happens and we can let people know how they can help, many times that builds the bridge.
Ronny, you spoke at De Anza College recently. What did you talk about?
The things that we speak about, I tell people a lot of times that if you don't know anybody and if you haven't put a face to AIDS or HIV, this is a face that you could put to AIDS and HIV. Right. A lot of us seem to think that it's gone because it's not talked about on the news very much, but it's a bull in the china shop. I tell people that if you think you don't know anybody with HIV, look around you. Right. Look in your neighborhoods. There are things that we need to talk about.
I used to say that about being gay.
If you don't, if you don't talk about it, if you don't talk about it casually, you're going to have to talk about it seriously.
Well, how has the mission changed over time since the beginning of HIV and AIDS?
Well, it's amazing. We started working with AIDS when it was called GRID, Gay-Related Immune Deficiency.
Oh, wow. That's
and it was way back in the day, and we started doing individual and group support at the Center for Living with Dying. And then a couple of our center volunteers were a part of getting ERIS started. Wow. When ERIS was in our community for many years, an excellent program. And then one of our staff people, Marianne Gallagher, became involved and was director of the Mule Christie Living Center. So we've had a lot of contact from the beginning right on through till today, providing support. And what we found is that when we can provide support not only to that person living with HIV and AIDS, but also to their family members, their loved ones, their partners, and also the professional caregivers. And that's a big part of what we do at the Center for Living with Dying as a whole, is we work with professional caregivers and emergency responders that deal with people that are coping with trauma, loss, and grief, as well as the people themselves that are living with it. Because if we can educate and support them, they'll better support you.
One of the other things that we stress is being tested.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Please, if you don't know your status, get tested.
Yes.
I'm also on the HIV Council here in the county of Santa Clara, and there is free testing out there, ladies and gentlemen. Please get yourself tested, know your status, so we can stop the spread of this disease. It's very important that we say that.
And one of the things that we suggest is that, first of all, you get in touch with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that you want your family members to know? And how can you create a safe environment to gently bring this up so that you just don't come in or say it over the phone and say, look, I've got AIDS or I've got HIV, and then just dropping it like a bomb.
Right.
But what can we do to create the safe environment and to prepare that family member and also to prepare ourselves to make that, and what can we do to maybe have an ally with us? Maybe they're not with us when we actually tell our family members, but they're with us before and after, strengthening
support
us,
system.
and a support system that supports us and bolsters us and helps us deal with that. Then we may have a variety of different reactions. You know, sometimes family members surprise us.
For more information on the Bill Wilson Center or the Center for Living with Dying, call 408-243-0222 or visit the website shown on the screen. And this is Jay Raley, back to the studio.